coming in. Now, in fact, what we're learning is 3 newborn babies have died after a fire broke out in the NICU of Amravati's District Women's Hospital in Maharashtra. Now, according to preliminary information, the fire erupted at around 3:30 a.m. on the 3rd floor of the hospital, reportedly after an explosion that took place in a ventilator inside the neonatal unit. Now, doctors, nurses and other staff members on duty immediately began an evacuation operation and managed to rescue several infants as well. Now, 6 babies have been shifted to the super specialty hospital for further treatment. This is a horrific incident that has taken place in Amravati Women's District Hospital, a government-run hospital. We are talking about 3 infants have died so far because of the burn injuries and severe injuries that have taken place in this fire. Remember, at the time when the fire and the explosion in fact in the ventilator took place, there were 39 babies which were present inside of this particular facility, and after the explosion 3 infants have died so far is what we are learning. 6 infants have been shifted to super specialty hospital, so we are assuming that the rest of them are safe and sound, but a big tragedy happening at a government hospital, in fact in Amravati. Remember, ventilator in this particular facility is a basic pediatric medical equipment that should have been maintained properly. We do not know what really led to the cause of the fire, but we have in fact a tragedy taking place. Of course, we are due to hear from the authorities on this particular incident, but the casualty number currently stands at 3 newborn babies have died in this particular neonatal facility where the fire broke out after an explosion that took place in a ventilator. Further treatment is currently underway for the rest of the 6 that have suffered grievous injuries and burns after this explosion. You have in fact the visuals on your screens which shows the completely charred nature of the facility after the explosion and the fire that erupted in that particular facility in Amravati. Of course, questions will be asked as it's a government facility that we're talking about. Of course, after the explosion, there would have been certain SOPs in place which would have been followed, but 3 infants unfortunately passed away in this tragedy. I have my colleague Shweta for more in this. Shweta, do tell us what really led to the fire and the explosion in the ventilator at this facility.
That's right. In fact, unfortunate piece of news from Amravati, Maharashtra. We are given to understand that 3 newborn were killed after the fire erupted in the district women hospital there. And this is something very sensitive to understand, that how this entire hospital, in fact in NCIU, it caught fire, and in the visuals clearly you can see, you were mentioning about how the charred visuals we can see. Now, what led to the fire is something yet to be ascertained by the authorities, but however, it's been seen that this entire NCIU has been, charred, and the visuals are really frightening at the same time. Now, we also understand that the probe is underway. As per police officials, they have given the data that 3 newborn were killed in this tragic fire that erupted around 3:30 midnight yesterday, and there were no nurses around. However, it's been seen that the larger section of the Amravati Women District Hospital, the NCIU, is totally engulfed in fire, killing 3 newborn baby. And we are also given to understand that now an inquiry has been initiated by the authorities. And just a short while back, we have also heard from the SP giving us the figure that 3 newborn have been killed in this tragedy.
Right, Shweta. Continue to track the developments in this story. Thank you so much for now. Moving on to some more breaking news that we're emerging.